Everyone, we request everyone please settle down. We will be beginning now.
Anong nangyari sa question? Gumagalaw siya. Wala. Dito sa view ko. Video capture device. Not existing. Yun.
Let's all now exercise silence in 5, 4, 3, 2. We shall be starting the second cup right away. Okay? All the teams are here, so we begin. And congratulations for being here and good luck to all of you. Have a very fun and productive afternoon and enjoy the STEM Cup.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, students, parents, and guests. I have the honor of welcoming you to the Everest Academy STEM Cup 2018. My name is Samantha.
And I'm Juliana, and we're your hosts for this afternoon's event. So before the fireworks begin, may we call on the chaplain of Everest Academy, Father Val, to lead us in opening prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Let's also pray. Lord, Lord, to transform the world, give us the wisdom that we can choose always to transform this world with our wit and intelligence for the justice and love. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death.
Christ our King.
Amen.
We must pray.
Pray for us. Pray for us. Take your seats, please. The STEM Cup, divided between the Junior Cup for the middle school and the Senior Cup for the high school, is an oral team competition highlighting math, science, and technology questions distributed among 3 increasingly difficult rounds. This event has become one of the flagship academic competitions in Everest Academy.
Today we embark upon a competition of wit and speed among the bravest of the brave in the upper school, or middle school rather. More than for the thrill and excitement, this afternoon's event is intended to enhance our appreciation for academic competition, as well as to understand that science, technology, and math are true and vital aspects of what it means to be human.
149 of our most valiant students have been organized into 15 groups, each one standing ready to meet question with answer in what we hope will become a glorious bonanza of intellectual wizardry.
The mechanics and rules of this afternoon's competition have been previously explained to our contestants, but just to refresh memory and for the information of our valued guests, here to read the rules of the competition is Mr. Randy Bayan from the high school department.
Good afternoon, parents, guests, students, and teachers. So here are the mechanics for today's activity. Each competing team is to be comprised of 5 members, consisting of 1 each from grade 6, 7, and 8. And 5th members will come from a different predetermined grade level per team. This is the primary team. They compete in the main venue, the teach. Each primary team have a counterpart, shadow team, also of 5 members consisting of 1 each from 6, 7, and 8. 4th and 5th members will come from a different predetermined grade level per team. Shadow team competes in a secondary venue, namely MPR. Only 3 of the 5 members will join the primary team during any particular round. Remaining 2 become part of the audience for that round. The composition of the team must change from round to round, with no member joining in less than 1 round or more than 2 rounds. Same shall be applied for the shadow team. The competition shall consist of 3 rounds, with 10 easy questions being asked in the first round, worth 1 point each. Average questions in the second round worth 2 points each, and 10 difficult questions in the final round worth 3 points each. Incorrect answers get 0 points. Alternating science, technology, and math questions will be asked. No calculators are allowed. The quiz master shall read the question twice. The time limit allotted for that question commences immediately upon saying go. After the second reading, however, contestants may begin solving or answering as soon as the quizmaster begins to read the question the first time. All science and technology-related questions are given 15 seconds. For math questions in the Junior Cup, contestants are given 15, 30, and 45 seconds for the first, second, and third rounds respectively. Answers are to be entered into an official answering slip in lowest terms and complete with units if the question so requires. The quiz master then announces the teams with the correct answers. A panel of judges shall decide on questions, clarifications, or objections. Their decision on any contested item shall be deemed final. Good luck, everyone.
So, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we wish to give you the 15 competing teams in this afternoon's competition. Starting off with team number 1.
Primary team, Kiara, Megan, Lucas, Ricardo, and Francis.
Shadow team. That is Tiffany, Denise, China, and Trixie.
Team 2 primary team, Juan, Emilia, Carlos, Ford, and Jordan.
For team number 2 shadow team, we have Christian, Julian, Nicholas, Miguel, and Leo.
Team number 3 primary team, we have Rhett, Andre, Roxy, Bea, and Evie.
For team number 3 shadow team, we have Denise, Kilkat, Ella, Selma, and Theory.
For team 4, we have Jaime, Elena, Pio, Anthony, and Andre.
For their shadow team, we have Francis, Nicholas, Gabe, and Miguel.
Team 5, primary team, we have Martina, Shannon, Althea, Noah, and Maya.
Shadow team, we have Ben, Tyler, Andres, Selena, and Hannah.
Team 6, primary team, we have Sean, Jacobo, Meg, Lucia, and Sophia.
For their shadow team, we have Abby, Alice, Robin, and Carrie.
For team 7, we have Johnby, Christian, Bea, Enzo, and Glory.
For their shadow team, we have Aaron, Ada, Trisha, Manu, and Jessica.
For team 8, primary team, we have Aaron, Luke, Paula, Kyle, and Mari.
For their shadow team, we have Tomas, Mark, Enzo, and Julia.
Team 9, primary team, Julia, Tiger, Jensen, Alexa, and Marco.
For their shadow team, we have Miguel, Tyler, Sean, Tiffany, and Basti.
Team 10, primary team, we have Maxine, Sophia, Renona, Luis, and Xavier.
Shadow team, we have Alfred, Lucia, Chloe, Trina, and Angel.
Team 11, primary team, we have Ariana, Maxwell, Bella, Annika, and Justine.
And for their shadow team, we have Jessica, Raya, and Annika.
Team 12, primary team, we have Vasco, Tomas, Miguel, Lucas, and Cito.
For the shadow team, we have Lorenzo, Maria, Jed, Nico, and Lorenzo.
Team 13, primary team, we have Nathan, Yuichi, Sophie, Sandra, and Martin.
For the shadow team, we have David, and Rafa.
Team 14, primary team, we have Zealing, Daniela, Emilio, Rafael, and Xavier.
For the shadow team, we have John, Emilio, Joaquin, and Sasuke.
So, the judges for this morning's afternoon's activity is composed of Mr. Arceo, Mr. Franny Bayan, Miss Cristobal.
Okay, so let's start. Contestants, get ready. Service our quiz master is Miss Fuego. And good luck, contestants.
Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Are you all ready? No. You ready? Did anyone study? No. That's all right. You shouldn't be studying for this anyway. To be your rote knowledge, okay? So let's start. We will start with the first round. You know that for the first round, you earn 1 point each. At the same time, for the math questions, you will have 15 seconds to answer the questions. Okay? So let's start with the first question. Okay. The first question is, discovered by Johann Galle and Urbain Le Verrier in 1846, which planet is the fourth largest in diameter, third most massive, and the densest in the solar system? Again, discovered by Johann Galle and Urbain Le Verrier in 1846, which planet is the fourth largest in diameter, third most massive, and the densest in the solar system? Go. Alright, time's up. Please raise your answer card for the collectors to collect.
point of order for all contestants. You only have a limited amount of time in which to answer. The moment that you hear that bell that signals the end, you have to raise up your answer slip with your hand. Okay, so you are to stop writing, raise your answer slip, and wait for your collectors to collect. Okay? The board of judges will be watching everybody. We shall be citing teams that do not comply with the time limit rule, and we shall forfeit your answer for that particular item. So let us be very vigilant of the time that is given to us. Thank you.
Okay, so the answer for this question is Neptune.
The following teams got the correct answer. Team number 7, team number 10, team number 11, and team number 14.
Okay, may we ask everyone to be quiet, please, so that we can move on with the next question. Your next question is on technology. Alright? Okay, also, use little voices because you don't want the other team to actually hear your answer. Okay? Alright, so the next question. If you may look at the projector, the symbols on the screen are called angle brackets, while these symbols are called square brackets. In HTML, what symbols should values always be enclosed in? Again, the symbols on the screen are called angle brackets, while the other symbol on the screen are called square brackets. In HTML, what symbols should values always be enclosed in? Go. Time's up. Please raise your answer slip high enough for the collectors to see, please. So the answer to this question is quotation marks.
No team got the correct answer.
Okay, are we ready for the next question? The third question. Everyone, please settle down. The third question.
Can we have silence from both the contestants and the members of the teams that are in the audience area? Thank you.
Okay, so for the third question, this question is on math. So remember, you will get 15 seconds for this. Alright, so the question is, Roman numerals originated in ancient Rome and remained the usual way of writing numbers throughout Europe well into the late Mid-Ages. What is the Hindu-Arabic equivalent of the Roman numeral MMC DXCVI? I will repeat. Roman numerals originated in ancient Rome and remained the usual way of writing numbers throughout Europe well into the late Middle Ages. What is the Hindu-Arabic equivalent of the Roman numeral MMC DXCVI? Go. Time's up. Please raise your answer slip up high.
Warning for team number 13. Warning for team number 13.
The answer for this question is 2496. 1496.
Only one team got the correct answer. Team number 12.
So for the fourth question, everyone please settle down, please listen. Nobody should be talking by now. The fourth question is on science. DNA is a long polymer forming a pair of chemical chains bound together by hydrogen bonds. It is the term for the repeating unit of organic molecules of which DNA consist. Again, DNA is a long polymer forming a pair of helical chains bound together by hydrogen bonds. What is the term for the repeating unit of organic molecules of which DNA consists? Go. Time is up. Answer slips, please. The only hint that you should know for this question is that if you change any of the sequences, it causes a mutation. So you should know what this is. So the answer is nucleotide.
Only team number 2 got the correct answer.
Again, a reminder to all our contestants. You're doing very well, by the way. Congratulations. A reminder that if you are not ready with your answer slip, by the time your collector passes your table, he or she will not be waiting for you to finish. Okay? So he or she will pass you by and go to the next table. I hope that is clear with everyone. Thank you very much.
Okay, so for the fifth question, we are halfway done with the first round. So the fifth question is on technology. Alright? So the question is, what string will be returned by the MS Excel command mid semper altus 5 5? Question is, what string will be returned by the MS Excel command mid semper altus 5 5? Go. Time is up. Please raise your answer slip up high in the air.
Oh.
So, the answer for this question is ERALT.
Only one team got the correct answer. Team number 6.
We'll move on with the number 6. Question number 6. It's a question on math. Everybody listen. The question is, what term means the number that separates data into lower and higher halves, or the line segment connecting the vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side? Again, the term means the number that separates data into lower and higher halves, or the line segment connecting the vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side. Go. Time's up. Please give your answer slip to the collectors. The answer for this question is median.
And the team who got it correctly is team number 6.
Okay, let's move on to the seventh question. This is regarding science. Okay? So, in physical science, the four fundamental forces are the electromagnetic force, the weak nuclear force, the strong nuclear force, and this force that is best defined in terms of the curvature of space-time. I'll repeat the question. In physical Okay, just listen, okay? That's why you shouldn't be talking right now, so just listen. So in physical science, four fundamental forces are the electromagnetic force, the weak nuclear force, the strong nuclear force, and this force that is best defined in terms of the curvature of space-time.
Wait, wait.
Time's up. The answer to this question is gravity.
Gravitational force. Yes, I think they got that. You're my mother.
The following teams got the correct answer. Team number 1, team number 3, team number 6, team number 8.
Okay. The eighth question is on technology. The question is, in MS Word or Excel, frequently used or repetitive sequences of keystrokes and mouse movements may be automated. What is the term for this automation that specifies how a certain sequence of characters should be mapped to an output sequence? The question is, in MS Word or Excel, frequently used or repetitive sequences of keystrokes and mouse movements may be automated. What is the term for this automation that specifies how a certain sequence of characters should be mapped to an output sequence? Go. Time's up. The answer to this question is macro. May I ask everyone to be quiet, please?
Only group 12 got the correct answer.
Okay, your ninth question is on math. The question is, studied by Euclid and also called B, the mean intersection or the divine proportion that is the constant 1 plus square root of 5 all over 2, better known as. The question is, studied by Euclid and also called 5, the mean intersection or the divine proportion, what is the constant 1 plus square root of 5 all over 2, better known as. Oh. So the answer to this question is golden ratio.
They hate us so much.
Only one team got the correct answer, team number 2.
Okay. Can I please have everyone's attention? This is the final question of this round. So the 10th question is on science. Okay, the question is, what scientific theory, generally accepted only by the late 1950s with the discovery of sea-floor spreading, describes the large-scale motion of 7 major pieces of the Earth's lithosphere? The question is, what scientific theory, generally accepted only by the late 1950s with the discovery of sea-floor spreading, describes the large-scale motion of 7 major pieces of the Earth's lithosphere? Go. Time's up. Please raise your answer slips for the collectors. Six, I believe you should know the answer to this question. The answer is plate tectonics.
Excuse me, please note that wrong spelling is wrong. So we only have 2 teams who got the correct answer, and they are Team 1 and 12.
So that's the final question of this round. We will proceed to the second round. So before that, your team should be switching by now.
So here are the following team members per group: Megan, Ricardo, and Francis. Team 2, Emilio, Carlos, and Ford. Team 3, Beth, Roxy, and Bea. Team 4, Jaime, Anthony, and Andre. Everyone, attention please. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. For Team 5, we have Shannon, Althea, and Maya. Team 6, we have Meg, Rocio, and Sophia. Team 7, we have Shanvi, Bea, and Enzo. For Team 8, we have Aaron, Luke, and Mary. Team 9, we have Julia, Jenson, and Marga. Team 10, we have Maxine, Sophia, and Xavier. Team 11, Maxwell, and Justin. Team 12, Vasco, Thomas, and Cito. Team 13, Nathan, Yuji, and Martin. Team 14, we have Daniela, Rafael, Xavier. For the shadow team, we have Dennis for team 1, China, and Trixie. For team 2 shadow team, we have Julian, Rio, and Christian. Team 3 shadow team, Denise, Ella, and Selma. Team 4 shadow team, we have Nicola, Zach, and Miguel. Team 5 shadow team, Andres, Selena, and Hannah. Team 6 shadow team, we have Abby, Elise, and Robin. Team 7 shadow team, Ada, Trisha, and Manu. Team 8 shadow team, Mark, Lorenzo, and Julian. Team 9 shadow team, Kyler, Sean, and Cassie. Team 10, Sia, Chloe, and Angel. Team 11 for shadow team, we have Tyler, Jessica, and Raya. Team 12 shadow team, Renzo, Jed, and Pico. Team 13 shadow team, Ethan, Renzo, and Rafa. Lastly, for Team 14 shadow team, Juan, Joaquin, and Saski. Please note that you should be on your respective tables. If not, your team might be disqualified. Thank you.
The following teams got the correct answer. Team number 1, team number 3, team number 4, team number 9, and team number 14.
Congratulations to those teams. Easy question. It's gonna get harder. Okay, so the second question. Now it's gonna be for math. Remember, you will get 30 seconds for this question. The question is: one brick has a mass of 1 kilogram and half a brick. What is the mass of the brick? The question is: one brick has a mass of 1 kg or 1 kilogram and half a brick. What is the mass of the brick? Go. Time's up. Please raise your answer slip for the collectors. The answer is 2 kilograms.
Yeah, let's go!
So two teams got the correct answer. We have team 3 and 4.
Okay, so for the third question, may I please have everyone quiet? The question is on science. The question is, found in all forms of life, what complex organic chemical which participates in many biological processes is often referred to as the molecular unit of currency of intracellular energy transfer? I'm going to repeat. The question is, found in all forms of life, what complex organic chemical which participates in many biological processes is often referred to as the molecular unit of currency of intracellular energy transfer? Timer starts now. Time is up. Please raise your answer slip up high for the collectors to see. Remember that the answer for this question is that without this, you will feel cramps because of the buildup of lactic acid. The answer is ATP or adenosine triphosphate.
For this round, no one got the correct answer.
Okay. For the next question, number 4, it's on technology. The question is, the unit of digital storage above 1024 megabyte is called a gigabyte. What is the unit of digital storage called that is above 1024 terabyte? The question is, the unit of digital storage above 1024 megabyte is called a gigabyte. What is the unit of digital storage called that is above 1024 terabyte? Go. Time's up. Please raise your answer slip up high for the collectors to see. Are you ready for the answer? The answer is a petabyte.
No one got the correct answer.
Okay, let's move on to the fifth question. We started with an easy question. Now it's getting harder, okay? So, the fifth question is on math. The question is, the early 13th century Veracruz church in Segovia, Spain is the dodecagon. A dodecagon is a 12-sided polygon. Given a regular dodecagon, what is the measure of one of its interior angles? I will repeat. The early 13th century Veracruz church in Segovia, Spain is dodecagonal. A dodecagon is a 12-sided polygon. Given a regular dodecagon, what is the measure of one of its interior angles? You may start. Hands up. Have your answers that's ready. The answer to this question is 150. Yeah, let's go.
He's not the correct answer. Team number 3 and team number 4.
Okay, can I please have everyone quiet please for the next question? So the sixth question is on science. Question is, among mix, brown fur color is dominant to silver blue fur color. If a homozygous brown mix is mated with a silver blue mix and 8 offspring are produced, how many would be expected to be silver blue? Question is, among mix, brown fur color is dominant to silver blue fur color. If a homozygous brown mix is mated with a silver blue mix and 8 offspring are produced, how many would be expected to be silver blue? This is where your opponent's scores will be in handy right now. Hands up. Please have your answers lists ready for the selectors. The answer to this question is none.
3 groups got it correctly, so we have groups 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so the next question, the seventh question, is on technology. The question is, what computer programming language, whose logo is partly shown here, is originally intended for programmers to code Quora or write once, run anywhere application? The question is, What computer programming language whose logo is partly shown here is originally intended for programmers to code Quora or write once, run anywhere applications? You may start.
Why would you talk?
Time's up. Please have your answers ready. The answer to this question is Java.
That question, you will not accept the answer JavaScript. Okay, it's not Java. The following teams got the correct answer. Team number 1, team number 2, team number 4, team number 8, team number 10, team number 11, team number 12, team number 13, and team number 14.
Okay, congratulations to the groups that got that correct. So our next question is on math. So the question for math is, if you give me 1,000,000 pesos, I'll be twice as rich as you. If I give you 1,000,000 pesos, you'll be just as rich as me. Between us, how much money do we have? Question is, if you give me 1,000,000 pesos, I'll be twice as rich as you. If I give you 1,000,000 pesos, you'll be just as rich as me. Between us, how much money do we have? Your time starts now. The correct. Not yet. The answer to this question is 12,000,000 pesos. 12,000,000 because I originally had 5,000,000 and 12,000,000, 7,000,000 pesos. The other one had 5,000,000 pesos.
Let's go, Trixie. Trixie, China, you can do it. Trixie, she needs. Nobody's joking. Okay, the ones who were doing well are
Please make sure to write your answers properly. So unfortunately, based on our deliberation, no one got the correct answer.
Wait, we put 4 million. We have times 3.
Okay, so the 9th question. One more question before the 10th. That's our last question for this round. So the 8th question is in math. Yeah. Sorry, 9th question, science. Sorry, we forgot to flip. Okay, so the question is, what branch of science involves the behavior and properties of light? including its interactions with matter and the construction of instruments that either use it or detect it. I will repeat. The question is, what branch of science involves the behavior and properties of light, including its interactions with matter and the construction of instruments that either use it or detect it? Your time starts now. Time's up. Have your answers ready for the collectors, please. The answer is optics.
Yes! Walang nakuha! That's her eyes! Yes! That's her eyes! Oh my god, it's a hello! Optics! Oh my god, what's happening?
For that question, no one got the correct
Let's go!
Okay, last question. I'm a bit worried for the third round.
Yeah, you missed. You should be.
Alright, so the last question of this round is on technology, okay? So the question is, PHL Microsat-1, the first Philippine microsatellite and the first satellite designed and assembled by Filipinos, was launched into space on March 23, 2016. What is the more popular name for this satellite? I will repeat. PHL Microsat-1, the first Philippine microsatellite and the first satellite designed and assembled by Filipinos, was launched into space on March 23, 2016. What is the more popular name for this satellite? Oh. Time's up. Please have your answers ready. The answer to this question is Dewata 1. Switch for our judges to deliberate, okay?
Okay, so we have one group who got it. So we have team one.
Okay, that ends our final round of this segment. Now we're gonna switch for the third round.
Attention please. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Here are the members of each team for the difficult round. Please make sure you are on your designated places.
Okay, for the update of scores after 2 rounds, both for primary and the shadow teams. For team 1, 13 points. Team 2 with 10 points. Team 3 with 11 points. Team 4 with 10 points. Team 5, no point. Team 6 with 3 points. Team 7 with 5 points. Team 8 with 3 points. Team 9 with 7 points. Team 10 with 3 points. Team 11 with 6 points. Team 12 with 7 points. Team 13 with 2 points. And Team 14 with 9 points.
Okay, let's start the third and final round. Since we ended with technology, we'll start with a question in math. 5 seconds for the question in math in this round, okay? Also, you will get 3 points every time you answer a question correctly. So, the first question for the third round is, if March 8th is a Wednesday, what day of the week is October 8th? I will repeat. If March 8th is a Wednesday, what day of the week is October 8th? Your time starts now. Time's up. Have your answer slips ready for the collectors, please.
While the collectors are collecting the slips, table 4, team 4, will you kindly please align your table to your back? Thank you. As well as table 8, team 8. Thank you.
Okay, so the answer to this question is Sunday.
Only one team got this correct. Team number 4.
So the second question is for science. The question is, named after Glasgow University's physicist Lord William Thomson, Kelvin, the primary unit of temperature measurement in the physical science. What is the Kelvin equivalent of negative 459.67 Fahrenheit? The question is, named after Glasgow University's physicist Lord William Thomson, Kelvin is the primary unit of temperature measurement in the physical sciences. What is the Kelvin equivalent of negative 459.67 Fahrenheit? Timer starts now. Please have your answer slips ready for the collectors. The answer to this question is 0 Kelvin, also known as absolute zero.
No one got the correct answer.
The third question for this round is on technology. The question is, Widely used by computer system designers and programmers, what number system has a radix of 16 and uses the symbols 0 to 9 and A to F? Which digit of which represents 4 binary bits called a nimble? Your question is, widely used by computer system designers and programmers, what number system has a radix of 16 and uses the symbols 0 to 9 and A to F, each digit of which represents 4 binary bits called a nimble? Timer starts now. Time's up. Do you have your answer slips ready? Let's reveal the answer to this question. The answer is hexadecimal.
No one got the correct answer.
I hope you get this question right for everyone, okay? The fourth question is in math. The question is, the Fibonacci sequence is a succession of integers characterized by the fact that every number after the first two is the sum of the two preceding ones. What is the first 5-digit Fibonacci number? I will repeat. The Fibonacci sequence is a succession of integers characterized by the fact that every number after the first two is the sum of the two preceding ones. What is the first 5 Fibonacci number? Your time starts now. Time's up. Please have your answer slips ready. The answer to this question is 10,946. 10,946.
Like nobody knows. There should be a question about like actual algebra, like real.
And the team who got the correct answer, no.
Okay, so we're in the fifth question, which is basically the half point of this round. The question is on science, okay?
There's a reminder for each team to use the correct answer slip. This is now round 3, question number 5. If you are missing an answer slip, just use the tiebreaker slip at the back. Again, please check that for this round, for this question, you are using the answer slip 3-4. Oh, sorry, 3-5. Thank you.
Okay, for the fifth question, Question is, what ordinary device was improved upon by this 50-year-old Filipina Canadian, the 2014 Google Prize Fair winner, by powering said device with the heat from the user's hand? Question is, what ordinary device was improved upon by this 15-year-old Filipina Canadian, the 2014 Google Science Fair winner, by powering said device with the heat from the user's hand? Your time starts now. Time's up. Please have your answer slips ready for our collectors.
Trixie saved us. Trixie saved us. Yes! Trixie. Trixie. Yes. We're headed. Trixie.
For the answer for this question, what do you use when there's a brownout? A flashlight. Okay?
Only one team got this correctly. Team number 5.
She was holding it! She was not holding it earlier.
So the sixth question is on technology. Please direct your attention on the screen. The question is, all these 4 icons are common in that they all mean the same synergic action. The question is, all these 4 icons are common in that they all mean the same synergic action. Your time starts now.
That's so easy.
Time's up. The answer to this question is share.
So we have groups this time. So we have team 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Again, please write your answers properly.
The seventh question is for math. I would like to remind everyone that you get 45 seconds for this question. Seconds, not minutes. Sorry. 45 minutes because it's going to be a super hard question, right? Seconds. Okay. The question is, A, B, and C are counting numbers. The average of A and B is 10, whereas the average of B and 10 is 1/2 of C. What is the average of A and C? Your question is, A, B, and C are counting numbers. The average of A and B is 10, whereas the average of B and 10 is 1/2 of C. What is the average of A and C? Your time starts now. have your answers ready for the collectors? The answer to this question is 15.
Only one team got the correct answer. Team number 14.
Let's move on to question 8. This is on science. Please direct your attention on the screen. Identify the name of the missing chemical element in this snapshot of the periodic table. The question is, identify the name of the missing chemical element in the snapshot of the periodic table. Timer starts now. Time's up. Please have your answer slips ready for the collectors. This element allows you to make batteries for tracer flips. It's called antimony.
So here are the teams who got the answer correctly. So we have team 3, 4, 5, and 8.
Can I please have everyone's attention? Please settle down. So the ninth question is in technology. The question is, identify the once dominant internet browser in the 90s whose logo is shown here on the screen. It was subsequently purchased by AOL or America Online, which would go on to create the Mozilla organization that later released Firefox. Your question is, identify the once dominant internet browser in the 1990s, which logo is shown here. It was subsequently purchased by AOL or America Online, which would go on to create the Mozilla organization that later released Firefox. Your timer starts now. Time's up. Please have your answers ready. The answer to this question is Netscape.
Yes! Yes!
Only one team got the correct answer. Team number 4.
Okay, let's settle down for the final question of this round. Okay, the question is in math, so you have 45 seconds to answer this question. The question is, What is the sum of all odd numbers from 1 to 99? The question is, what is the sum of all odd numbers from 1 to 99? Timer starts now. Time's up. Please have your answer slips ready for the collectors. Is everybody ready for the final answer, the final question? Answer is 2,005. Please listen to our judges.
Two team gave a close answer but not the right one. So no one got the correct answer. Please stand by for the scores. We're still waiting for all the scores to be tallied together with the shouting team. Congratulations, everyone.
Okay, that was the last question for the difficult round. Give yourselves a round of applause. Job well done, everybody. So win or lose, you are all winners to us. If there is a tie at the end of the tallying up that is being done right now, then we shall proceed to a tiebreaker round. Okay? So, unless there is a tiebreaker, that was our last question for the afternoon. Let's stand by and see what the totals now are. We would also like to acknowledge one of our sponsors for the STEM Festival, Casio. They have a booth outside where they are selling Casio calculators for discounted prices, and they will be here until Friday. So if you don't have a calculator yet, then this is your chance to get yours at a very, very much discounted price. We would also like to take this opportunity to the school to thank one of the grade 10A students, Andy Lizo, for designing the logo for the STEM Festival this year. If you will look at the backside of the shirts that your teachers are wearing, that's the logo that Andy Lizo actually designed for the STEM Festival this year. So congratulations and thank you very much, Andy.
There's a reason why we're seeing.
Okay, we have the final result of the Junior STEM Cup 2018. For the third and second placers, please stand from where you're seated to be acknowledged. And then the champion has to come forward to receive the STEM cup. Please know that we have another awarding ceremony on Friday, so you will be acknowledged again on that day. So, for the third placers, from team number 11, Ariana Samson, Maxwell Reyes, Della Albert, Anika Delara, and Justine Jose for the primary team. And for the shadow team, we have Tyler C., Jessica Olivares, Ryan Sullivan, and Anika Lee. Let's give them a round of applause. For the second placers, from team number 4, we have Jaime Esteban, Elena Romano, Pia Nagdao, Anthony Obregar,